Hi guys, in this episode of Ray Decay, I am excited to be checking out the new ATEEZ album, The World EP.2 Outlaw. And since there's quite a few songs in this extended play, I am going to be checking out only the first 3 songs of this extended play. With the other 2, I'm going to be checking out in the next video. So the first 3 songs of this album are This World, Dune, and Django. And I gotta say, I'm obviously excited to get into this album and see which of these songs I'm actually gonna end up enjoying quite a lot and which I'm never gonna be checking out ever again. Not gonna lie, with the last, I guess, album or a couple of albums, I feel like I've not necessarily been too into the direction that they've been going with their B-sides, but I'm also gonna be honest with the fact that I don't think ATEEZ's B-sides are necessarily like my favorite thing ever either. I feel like usually there's one, maybe 2 B-sides in addition to the title track that I actually enjoy a lot. Usually it's that other song in the album which potentially was considered for either for it to be the main title track or an alternative title track. Like, for example, to if you think back to like when they did the song Wave, how they had another song with a music video called Illusion, or when they did Treasure, when they debuted, and they also did Pirate King, like that kind of stuff. That's why usually there's at least 2 songs per album that I like, one of which is obviously the title track. But I feel like with the last album at least, I didn't really have too much of that, but weirdly enough, I did enjoy most of those songs. I've listened to most of those songs a decent amount. It's just that they didn't really stand out as much in terms of their quality and in terms of their sound. So, at least in that regard, I'm hoping that this album is maybe going to be a little bit more standout for me. But honestly, ultimately, the thing that I care about is just getting good, memorable songs. At least 1 or 2. That's all I want. And I also want to make it clear that if I'm maybe too critical of songs, or maybe I don't end up enjoying some of these songs too much during this reaction, don't really take it too seriously, because a lot of the time during these reactions I might be super critical of a song. Then by the time I edit the video and upload it, it's been days, maybe months, and I've listened to those songs multiple times afterwards, and I've ended up loving them quite a lot. Like, for example, take the title track of this album, Bouncy. I was pretty critical of it during the reaction, but in the meantime, which has been like a couple of weeks, I've listened to it quite a lot, and it's honestly one of my favorite ATEEZ songs at this point. It's one of the catchiest ones for sure. I don't know if it's like one of their best necessarily, but it's definitely one of their catchiest ones, and one of the most like entertaining ones to listen to and to sing along to and dance along to, you know, so there's that. But yeah, I'm obviously curious to see how I'm gonna feel about these 2 songs, so I think we should just get into it. Although I do want to remind you that if you guys want me to check out some other album by some other group, or you want me to check out some other group that I have not reacted to yet, feel free to comment it down below in the comments and let me know that there's a demand for reaction like that. But especially if you want those reactions to actually happen as soon as you demand them or request them or whatever you want to call it, definitely go through my Patreon or Ko-fi account, because I have a specific tier over there that gives you that ability. Because otherwise, you can comment in the comments, but it's not a sure thing that it's gonna happen. It's only gonna happen if the video really gets a lot of views, which most of the time is not really the case, but yeah. It's up to you whether you want to do it or not, but I guarantee you, if you subscribe to that tier and you send me a message with the thing that you want me to react to, I will react to it as soon as I see your message. So, yeah, there's that. Anyway, enough chit chat. Without further ado, let's get into the reaction to ATEEZ's This World in 3, 2, 1. It's interesting, it seems like this song is the only one for which Honjong participated in the writing. I was under the impression that he writes more for his own group. Kinda liking the vibe so far. Okay, I definitely kinda like it. I like how edgy it seems. Yeah, this is more what I expected the title track to be like. I wouldn't be surprised if this was considered for a title track at some point. Or this is supposed to be like the double title track that they don't seem to do anymore. Ooh, I like that part by Yosa. I'm honestly very likely to react to this song a second time. I really like it. We're starting off this album really well. Okay. This song is definitely far better than I thought it was gonna be. I don't think you can really blame me for like not expecting to be into this song as much as I am, because in my experience, like I said, a lot of the time I feel like doing these reactions for one reason or another nowadays, maybe because I'm burned out of reactions, and my brain just doesn't really know how to react anymore to songs, but I just struggle to like actually be able to comprehend and like enjoy the songs on first listen. Like I always feel like I'm too harsh on them and I'm just too critical, and I'm just asking for perfection of from something that doesn't require it, you know? Because by the time I actually like get to see my thoughts for those songs, it's been months and I have listened to those songs, so I'm already far more into them, so it feels kind of weird and wrong to upload those videos. Like, there has been times where I've considered potentially not uploading a reaction because my opinion by the time of editing the video is so different from when I recorded the reaction that it just feels wrong. And especially, I feel like, again, because ATEEZ's B-sides have never necessarily been, like, groundbreaking or super interesting or whatever, and especially with the current era, I guess, and the current trilogy of albums that I assume they're gonna be doing. With the last one, I feel like a lot of the songs kind of blurred together, and the vibe wasn't necessarily my taste for the album. I just expected that this album was going to be kind of more of the same, but I'm glad that I guess maybe not. Again, it's obviously very early to judge with me having only listened to the first song of this album, but we're off to a good start. This is a good song. I enjoyed quite a lot. I'm kind of reluctant to listen to it a second time right now because maybe there's going to be something better in this bunch of songs. And I kind of try to potentially restrict it to only one song from B-sides getting 2 listens, because listening to every single song in an album twice is just going to take way too much unnecessary time, especially because most of the time I get what the song is about on one listen alone. But this one was honestly surprisingly fun. I liked the edginess that it had to it. It had a little bit of like that dark melodic edginess that I really enjoy. That is very reminiscent of like Halazia and Inception, which are my 2 favorite ATEEZ songs, so I really like that. But yeah, it still has a little bit of its issues, things that are common criticisms that I have for ATEEZ, and are common things that prevent me from enjoying their songs on like the first listen, like Honjong and Ming's rapping kind of not really flowing together with the rest of the song. Which is always the case, and I always end up liking it, but that's why they're not my favorite rappers necessarily, you know? They're fine, they're great rappers, I just don't really like their styles of rapping that much. But yeah, this is honestly a really good song. And yeah, I'm not really going to be listening to it a second time because I feel like I'm just going to be wasting my time. Let's just continue with the other songs. Maybe afterwards we could do another listen to this song to really enjoy it. But so far, we're off to a good start with a pretty good song of 8.4 out of 10. I again, similarly, don't want to blow my load too early, so I'm giving it a cautious but really solid 8.4 out of 10. It could easily be higher if the rest of the album is garbage by comparison, but it's a pretty solid start. And we still have 4 more songs of this album to check out, and in particular 2 in this video. So let's continue the reactions with the next song, Dune, in 3, 2, 1. Okay. That's very different. Okay, I'm liking this one a lot as well. Hell yeah, get those lines, yo son. That's my bias right there. This pre-chorus I'm not really a big fan of. I like the chorus, and the verses, but the pre-chorus is a little weird. And it's definitely overall a little weaker of a song compared to the last one, but I still like it. It's definitely better than last album, so there's that at least. Okay. Honestly, I'm kind of not sure actually. By the end of it, I am not sure whether I like this one or This World more. You know? Because I feel like they're so different from each other that they're hard to even compare. Like, This World is a darker and more edgier kind of song. Whereas this one feels not quite like happy necessarily, but a more... I don't even know what word to use, but it just feels like a more energetic, more dance-like compared to This World. Like, it feels more ATEEZ-like, is I think the best way to describe it, compared to This World. And I enjoy both of the songs a lot, but it's really hard to compare. But I will say this. I like the way this album is going so far. Because, as I feel like I've mentioned it many times before when I've reacted to albums, the best kind of albums for me are the albums which have a direction, but all of the songs in the album also sound distinctly different. And not just the same song, executed a little bit differently, like what I feel like the last album was. I like when the songs are very distinct from each other and stand out and might be doing like a same general idea, but like are still executing it very differently. It's like, if an album is like, for example, all ballads, but it's all different kinds of ballads, like a slow ballad, a more of a bop ballad, a power ballad, a dark ballad, or some other ballad like that, you know? Or more so, if a whole album is full of hard-hitting songs, but they are different kinds of hard-hitting songs, with some being more melodically hard-hitting, some being more rap-heavy and hard-hitting, some having more happy tones, some more darker tones, you know? And so far we have one song that is more dark and edgy, and one that is more party-like. Well, I wouldn't still go as like more of a party-like, I guess better description would be anthem, but I like the fact that these two songs so far feel very distinct, but feel just as impactful as each other. That's the best way of doing an album for me. And I'm hoping that the next one is gonna be like that as well, and I'm having the sneaking suspicion that it is. So, yeah. I guess in terms of rating for this one, it's hard. It's hard really to say. It's definitely somewhere between an 8.3 and an 8.5 out of 10 for me. I don't think it's like significantly better than This World, but I also don't think it's like significantly worse than This World. So I guess kind of pick one of the two ratings depending on whether you like this more than This World or not, because if you like This World more, then this one is an 8.3 out of 10. If you like this song more, then it's an 8.5 out of 10 in my opinion. But yeah, we still have one more song to check out for this video, that being Django. So without further ado, let's get into Django in 3, 2, 1. Are we gonna be continuing the trend of very distinct songs? I hope so. So far, I'm liking this one too, man. Ooh. Okay. Okay, I'm liking this one a lot, man. This might be the best one so far. I will be listening to this one a second time. Hey, you're getting a lot of lines in the chorus, hell yeah. And you're singing as well. I love this chorus a lot, dude. This is one of those songs that is the perfect fusion of singing and rapping, you know? My favorite kind of songs. Okay. Hell yeah. So far, this album is honestly fucking fire, man. I'm loving how distinct and memorable and impactful all of these songs are, but especially this one, man. It's again one of those songs that is the perfect fusion of singing and rapping, that is just very well connected with a really great melody carrying the whole song. It's still not like the craziest thing ever, and I still feel like the title track is like the best song of the album, but man, the rest of the songs are definitely giving it a little bit of a run for its money, not gonna lie. I'm loving every single one of these songs, and I'm really contemplating reacting to this one a second time. I'm not sure whether I will though, I'm still thinking about it, but it's definitely a really good one. I'm really happy to see Youngho and Yo-sang getting some really well-deserved, not screen time, but getting some lines in the songs. Yo-sang got some, I believe, in the last one, and decent amount in this one as well. But yeah, I just really like the melody in this one. I really like the singing. So yeah, pretty good. Weirdly enough, I kind of expected that this one was going to be actually pretty enjoyable of a song. It's just because the name Django, I feel like fit with the concept really, really well, and it just felt like, I don't know, one of those songs. It just felt like it was gonna be good. I feel like at this point I've reacted to so many K-pop songs that I can genuinely tell you, based on the title alone, whether it's gonna be an enjoyable song or not, and what kind of vibe it's going to have. I feel like I've developed almost like a spidey sense for that shit. And it makes sense. I've done like 800 episodes of Raid the K or something. Maybe even 900 by the time you see this video. I don't know. I don't know, because I believe I'm somewhere in the 700s, but I also have like 90 episodes of Raid the K recorded as of the recording of this video that I am yet to upload. That's how far ahead I'm recording, so I don't know. I don't even know where I am in terms of the number of episodes, but that means I've recorded like probably like 2,000 song reactions or whatever. I don't know, which is insane, by the way, but whatever. But yeah, this was a great song, great vibe, great singing. I loved it. And in terms of a rating, I don't know if I would go as far as to give it like a 9 out of 10, but I'm definitely giving it an 8.6 out of 10. I guess, again, it depends on how the final 2 songs of this album feel like, which we'll find out in the next video. But as it stands right now, it's the best song of the album, well, not of the album, of the B-sides, and I really, really like it a lot, because it's like this world, but better, you know? But yeah, since we have 2 more songs of the album to check out in another video, I'm not gonna be reacting to this song a second time, but it's definitely a song that deserves it, so yeah, can't wait to listen to it on my own free time. I'm excited to check out the final 2 songs, but before we do in the next video, I do want to ask you, what do you guys think about the album so far? Comment your thoughts down below, and let's have a discussion about this. And also, before we end this video, I just want to give a huge shout out to my currently 6 patrons on Patreon. Omar Whitman, Deadpool, Corby Dead, Dane Harty, Peyton Jones, and Jason Christmas. Thank you guys for your support, I really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me. You have decided to support me, you have continued to support me such a long time. Hope you continue to enjoy my content and continue to support me going forward. Thank you very much. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like, subscribe. Also, check out the link in the description to my Wattpad, where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you want to enjoy my stories or if you enjoy my videos, you can head over to my Patreon or to my Ko-fi account, where I can pledge support and help get the channel going, help support me so I can keep writing the stories you enjoy. But if you don't want to do any of that, that's completely fine. You can still help me out in other ways, like liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And I think it's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!